You are live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Again, I always say that because I don't know where you are in the world tuning in this afternoon, this morning. For me, it is afternoon. 12 noon presents the beginning of our afternoon here in Palm Bay, Florida. But I'm glad to be with you today for another edition of Kingdom Fundraisers Live. I am Willie Peterson, your host. Everybody calls me Pastor Willie, and I'm really glad to have you be a part of it. Today, I'm hoping to connect. I shared my link with my co-host, my virtual assistant, my dear friend, Brother Mark. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to connect in that same manner. You know, I'm always testing stuff out. Excuse me. I'm always testing the water to see how we make things work so we can give you a better connection and better podcast. So, you know, I'll know in a minute when Mark begins to post and let me know if he was able to connect to me in that live manner. He is with us today. He is here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. TGIFF. For those of you all that don't know, TGIFF stands for Thank God It's Faith Friday. It is the term and logo that we used when we began to do our podcast on Fridays years ago. Brother Mark and I have been literally posting and doing this for now at least 4 years, if not 5. For sure 4. And I'm grateful to him and his family for all of the work that we work together to get done as it relates to fundraising and to faith-based working with organizations around the world, primarily here in the United States of America. Mark, I've sent you the link to see if you can log on, connect with me directly so that you can um, just post quickly and directly. Sister Brown, good morning, good afternoon. Pray that Jameer, he says hi. I see him. I don't see him, but I know he's on there. Hello, my brother, my grandson, my brother Jameer. He's on with his grandma there in the Youngstown, Ohio area. I love you. And Yaya and I will call you a little bit later. And so we hope to see you. Yes, it worked out. I see you, Mark. Amen. Isn't that great to know that you're able to connect with me? I know he don't want me to show y'all. He won't come on live yet. Now, when we do this for Kingdom Fundraisers, when we do this for 1 minute prayer, I'm going to get him to show up his face because, this brother, he knows the Bible. And so one day we'll get him as a co-host. And I'm working on the link like this intentionally, y'all, because as I said a few weeks ago, there are some of you out there who are doing great in the fundraising community, the grant writing community, and the faith-based community that we really want to begin to host you all and to allow you to have a voice with me right here on Kingdom Fundraisers Live and on my Wednesday podcast, the 1 minute prayer, specifically there. But as we continue to grow and share what God has called us to do, I want you all to have access to what we're doing. I see there's a private chat going on. I don't know much about all of that stuff there, Mark. It says visit the official website. So there's some comments. So we just keep doing it. Destiny, my dear. Destiny is on today. How you doing, Destiny? As you all can see, I keep getting the word Papa on there. You know, Destiny is a spiritual daughter in Ohio as well. Shamir is my grandson in Ohio. And so we're just seeing a lot getting done. Anyway, let's move on because I want to make sure you guys are seeing the post. Now, Martin, tell me, are you able to post directly to the screen because now that you are a part of the live, see if you can do that. By clicking on that. And if it doesn't work for you, let me know. I'll continue to do it. I haven't hit anybody's name on here yet because I want to see if you can do that today. How about that? And I don't know if I can add him to the stage, y'all, but he's not going to show his face. See, Mark is there like that, but that's not what he wants. So I'm not going to do that to you this morning, Mark. Smile, brother. Smile. But again, we want to make sure that everybody knows how to reach out to me. And especially, you'll hear me talk about it in a little while. We're about to launch our webinar. The webinar literally was supposed to start on on this coming Monday that we had some difficulties with some things we're working on. And so we're going to literally begin our Fundraising Made Simple tour or webinar on October the 1st, Wednesday, October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And then on Friday, for those of you all who join our VIP session, you will have access to a session on Saturday, specifically to show you how to link what your vision is and get that vision of yours off paper and on the pavement, how we link you together to be able to do fundraising and showing you how to make fundraising simple. So we will definitely be doing that on October 1st. And there's some other things going along with that. Make sure you connect with us on the Linktree social media site, where there on Linktree, you can connect to all of my social media pages. You can do the Facebook, you can do the StreamYard. And listen, on Facebook, let me tell you now, you can now see stars at the bottom of my post on Facebook. You'll see a star, like a shooting star. I want all of you all to start clicking on the shooting star every time you see a post that you like. Click on the star. Let people know. Hello. Uh-oh, y'all. Watch this now. This is my younger brother, Curtis B. Peterson, in Los Angeles, California, and he is with us this morning. I appreciate you, man. Our prayers are with you and my dear sister as well. So I'm grateful to always have my young brother. He is an entrepreneur extraordinaire. Is that how you say that? His brother, he connects businesses all over the world. Hello, somebody. And he is somebody. So I love you, man. Thanks for being with me today. And so as I was saying, we want to make sure you guys are connected to our official sites. Go to my webpage. Right now, you can go to the webpage and you can go connect to our bookstore there on the webpage and start downloading the material that you need. There's some reading material. We're uploading 1, 2, 3 documents now. We're already preparing a Teach Us How to Pray guide for 2026 with an expanded edition to it. And so we want to make sure you guys are getting the material that you want. So go to the WePD.com. You can type in just that /bookstore, go straight to the bookstore. Or, as I said, you can go to WePD.com and you can connect and then scroll through the page and see what's on the page, and we'll see what we can do to help you. Hello, somebody. My brother, Teach Bishop, great to see you. Prayers with you all. And, he loved me back. I love you, man. Ain't nothing you can do about it. All right, y'all, I got some good material for us today. I want to make sure we leap into that. I'm going scrolling to make sure I can scroll, and I don't want to miss anything. Miss Destiny says she's good. All of the links there. Let me see. I don't want to miss anybody. Destiny says, hi, Papa, my grandson in Youngstown is there. So amen. And so I want to get into what we're doing today on this page. Today I want to talk about setting the stage. How about that? I want to set the stage for year-end fundraising. I want to set the stage. Now I don't want to wait till October, November. I'm working with several clients. I'm already putting together for them what we are calling Giving Tuesday. I don't know about you all. For those of you all looking for fundraising ideas, every first Tuesday after Thanksgiving, it's known as Giving Tuesday. That Monday is a special day for buying from small nonprofits. We know that Thanksgiving weekend is Black Friday and all of that spending, getting people to spend their money in all the stores to get ready for the holiday season. But on Monday, there's a push for people to go to small businesses and to make their purchases. But that Tuesday, the first Tuesday in December, it's the first Tuesday after Thanksgiving every year. All over the country, it's called Giving Tuesday. And Giving Tuesday is really designed where those of us who are nonprofit organizations, we spend that month of November specifically reaching out, sending out letters, making phone calls, making contact, building our referral, our relation list, the people that we built relationships with, connection that we have. My clients, I'm telling them, let's start now. Email lists, your contact list, your bank, or all of the places that you do business with, specifically corporate businesses, private donor organizations. Start building your list now, because on that day, you don't want to wait till that day. We want to begin marketing, publishing, promoting to these individuals between October and November, so that when Giving Tuesday comes, everything is on your Facebook page. And specifically, you need to have a web page where people can donate to your organization. So that means if your organization is not up and running, it's not moving in the way that you want it to, you need to connect with me at WePeteInc.com. Go and connect to my discovery page, my connection page, and you'll be able to do that. And we'll show you this right here. Connect right here. See that? Connect right there. And we'll be able to show you how you can take your business to the next level. And you'll be able to do that. And we'll be able to show you how to make sure that you're connected so that your donors can donate to your organization. It is the biggest fundraising day of the year in many cases. Organizations have launches, they have their banquets, they have their galas, they have their golf tournaments, things like that. But Giving Tuesday is a day, especially when some of us small organizations can reach out to the community, to people, and start asking for donations directly into your donor bank. And so you need to have all of that information together, ready to mail out, to phone call, to do a push, so that these people will know your mail. For example, if you're going to mail out to a foundation in the area, maybe one of the hospital foundation, you want to know who that letter is going to at that foundation. You want to connect with that individual, make sure they know who you are. Let them know that we'll be sending out some information for Giving Tuesday. And if you don't mind, would you all support our nonprofit? And be able to tell them what that nonprofit is in an elevator pitch. You're not on the phone with them all day long trying to get them to believe in who you are. You need to be able to write the vision, make it plain, so that the people that read it can follow it. Y'all know that's my motto as it comes to what we do as it relates to faith-based organizations, nonprofit organizations, and even LLCs who are looking to grow our business. We have to be able to make our vision clear to people so that people can want to participate. And in this case, help you by donating to your vision. And that's what really we're working on. So I want to make sure you are prepared now. October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, we'll be doing Fundraising Made Simple webinar. We'll be posting our information to you real soon so that you can join the webinar. It will be from 12 noon to 1 p.m. every single day, 12 noon to 1:45, and then right at 1 o'clock for those who do the VIP section. For those who join by VIP, you'll get your one-on-ones. You'll get to join us as a group. And then that Saturday, there's a VIP accelerator session that's made just for you. And it's a private group for those that do VIP. Those are private. And we have some gifts for you to join the VIP. Every day we're going to do a training. For example, on the first day, I'm going to give what I call my secret sauce. I'm going to share with all of you my secret sauce, what I do with every single organization, what I do with mine here, in order to qualify me for funding, to make sure that I'm prepared to write that grant or prepared to go to an individual and do fundraising. And there are some tools that we need to have in our database right here on our computers. So we can follow the pattern. When funders put out their information, funders want you to respond to their RFP or to their NOFA. An RFP is a request for proposal. A NOFA is a notice of funding available. And so when they post these things, and I have some locations that I'm going to share with you in a minute, where you can find these RFPs and these NOFAs or these letters of request from funders, from a foundation, from a bank community organization, from businesses who want to fund organizations, when they post these NOFAs in these, either their own website or a government site, wherever they're posted. And again, you need to become a part of Kingdom Fundraisers Network, because we've always teaching and sharing with all of our members where you can find this information. And oftentimes we'll share with you what's out there. So keep that in mind. If you're not a part of the Kingdom Fundraisers Network, you need to be asking, how do I become a part of this network? So that information that you get, Pastor Willie, I can get it too. And if I don't know how to respond to it, Pastor Willie, I can connect with you rather through our weekly or monthly seminar or webinar for those that are in the private group. I give you this information now, but it's really general. But the private group, they get that locked in stuff. They know what I know, and they're able to get what I get. And so I want you to be aware of that. And so again, get ready. October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 1 hour. But for the VIPs, you get an additional session each day. But on Saturday, you get a special session just for you. All right? So don't forget that. So let me give you some Kevin Crum. Curtis, brother Kevin Crum is on with me this morning. Bless your heart, my brother. Good to see you. I'm glad to have you with me. Miss you guys at home. Tell mom, my brother Curtis. Curtis is on here with me too, man. Tell your mom we both said hello. We miss Youngstown, but Florida's treating L&I pretty doggone good. I got to say that myself. Sorry about that, y'all. When you get your family and your personal friends on, you want to say a few things. So Fundraising Made Simple webinar, it's scheduled for, we have 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on here, but it's actually 1st, 2nd, because Wednesday is the 1st, Thursday is the 2nd, Friday is the 3rd, Saturday is the 4th. So we want to make sure that we have all of that information on here. I'm sorry I typed it in wrong, but guess what? We're going to make sure you get it and get it right. It is a free session, but VIPs, you can become a part of VIP where, those nuggets that you can chew on, or you can dig in the ground and get those gold nuggets to take your organization to the next level. They're going to be available for you on that day and that weekend. So don't forget. So let me talk about some key areas that those of you who are preparing now for 2026. Many of the organizations out there, for example, state government released most of their funding opportunities earlier in the year, and their budgets began July 1. The federal budget begins October 1. And many of the federal grants that have been, we just went through a series with some of the other people that I work with in the month of August, I believe it was July and August. We're going through some of the federal websites, the federal organizations, HUD, Department of Education, places like that, SAMHSA, the Mental Health Agency, to see what they have on their page for funding opportunities for the people we serve, the Veterans Administration. Each one of those websites tell you about money that they have available. And so that's what we're doing now and getting ready for 2026. We don't want to wait till 2026 get here. One of the things that I tell all of the organizations that I talk to, and I'm telling you right here live, don't wait until the grants are out there. Prepare yourself now. So how do you prepare yourself? How do you get ready for when these dollars are being opened and released? Well, one way is to partner with Kingdom Fundraisers, partner with WePD, which is who Ella and I, and we'll qualify you. We'll show you how to qualify for the funding opportunities. And when we do that, when those grants come, you have your X's and O's. All right. But here's some things. I'm going to give you a couple things that you can do yourself. Audit your story and your message. In other words, you want to make sure your story and your message is clear. Can you clearly say who you serve, why your work matters, and what you plan to do? So if we're going to get some money on Giving Tuesday, for example, and you're going to talk to someone, maybe you just happen to be at a business and you're having a conversation with somebody at bowling alley or maybe a golf course, and you get to have a conversation with somebody who may be a potential funder. Can you clearly say who you serve, why your work matters, not to you, but to the people you serve, and what you plan to do if they decide to fund you, right? You need an impact story. Do you have recent stories about what you're doing? You have photos, testimonies that show what you've done so far that help build the trust? Huh? That's what we want to make sure. So audit what you have now. Audit it. Do an audit yourself. Find out, can you make sure you write the vision, make it plain, okay? The second thing that you want to do is strengthen your systems and your infrastructure. I was sharing with one of my clients, there's 5 specific things that we'll be talking about when we do the webinar, but there are 5 specific things that almost every grant is going to ask for. And one of them is the organization capacity. Do you have an organizational chart? Who is in your organization? What strengths do they bring to your organization? Who is on your board? What positions do they hold? And so what is your infrastructure like? So most of us are running organizations, and this is just me or me and someone else. But if you have a nonprofit, you should have a board. You should have somebody that's assisting you in fundraising. And we're doing an organization here beginning, matter of fact, Monday, we're going to do one of the other partners in this organization that's funded is doing the strategic plan. Then I come back in October and I'm doing the board development, teaching them their roles, teaching them their fundraising roles, and then we're taking the paperwork and pulling it all together. So that's my role with this organization in October. And so we're making sure that the system is in place, the organization is in place. And funders want to know, if I'm going to fund you, they know you got it, you got your checks, your dots in a row. Do you have your 501c3 status? Do you have the paperwork that they send you is a determination letter? So if I ask for it, can you go to your email or your website and send it to me directly? If not, we need to do that. Do you have your EIN number, your employee identification number? Not your social security, but your business number. You should have your business number and add a bank account with that business number on it. Does your organization have bylaws and articles of incorporation and bylaws? When you filed your 501c3, you should have had that already. If you want, Repeat Inc. and myself, we can take a look at your bylaws and articles of incorporation and see if they line up with what organizations are willing to fund. We talked about board members already, and I mentioned the bank account. You need a bank account. You need a separate phone number for businesses. I have 2 phones. Yes, I do. One here, one here. Why? Because one of them is a business line. Come on, somebody. You can get a second line on your phone to be able to tell people who you are and what you're doing. And so we want to make sure that you're clearly, Sister Betty Dow, good morning. Good to see you today. So we want to make sure that you can clearly say who you serve, why your work matters, and what you plan to do, your impact story, right? We want to make sure you strengthen your systems and your infrastructure. Board development, you want to make sure your organizational capacity is written out. If it's just you running the show, then how do we strengthen you so that the funders are willing to fund you so that you can build more capacity? Hello, there are capacity building grants out there. So if it's just you running the show, how do we help you grow? Are you with me? Those are the things we want to make sure that you can ensure that your nonprofit paperwork is current, EIN, bylaws, board members, and bank accounts. Those are the things that funders want to see. And they want to make sure that you have all of that in place. Okay? You got that? What else do we need to make sure? That your relationships and your corporate and business partners, who are they? Identify, especially if we're going to do this Giving Tuesday fundraising campaign. As a matter of fact, if we're going to prepare for grant writing next year, identify businesses in your community who may have, budgeted for charitable giving, right? There are businesses out there who already have had their budget for the year. There's a surplus at the end of the year, right? And they don't want to pay taxes on that, so they give those dollars to nonprofits. How do we connect you to those businesses? So you ought to be able to have a list of all of the businesses, specifically the ones that you do business with. All right. So that you can take advantage of their year-end tax deductions. Many corporations are looking for ways to give before the year end to reduce their tax liability. How about matching gifts? Do you have a strategy to invite donors whose employers, or employees are willing to match their gifts? So, for example, if you have a list of people and they're going to work at Walmart, and Walmart says for every people that work at Walmart that give your organization $25, they'll match that $25. Do you have a list of individuals who are working for organizations and businesses where we can find out, does their business or organization provide matching gifts? Come on, somebody. The United Way operates in that manner, where they're raising funds and they get corporations to match the gifts that United Way does. We can set us up the same way, right? The fourth thing I want to make sure you understand when it comes to getting ready, watch this. Grant opportunities and funding sources now. You need to research grants consistently. One of my clients we were meeting on yesterday, this young lady, every time I mention something, believe me, her and her partner, they go online and they begin to go to work right away. I enjoy working with clients who, when I speak it, they receive it and they apply it. And that's what I want most of us to do. We need to find those funders out there. We need to research it. My book, The 5 R's of Successful Fundraising, it's in the bookstore. It teaches you, it tells you how to do relationship building. But the first R in the 5 R's is research. Watch this. Every corporation that has a community portion of it or a foundation as a part of their business, at the end of every year, they do a annual report. In the annual report, you can find out who they gave money to. You can match that with what you do, and you can find funders who want to fund organizations like yours. So identify some local foundations or regional donors or philanthropists or philanthropy organizations that in your state, in your city, in your county, and they have year-end giving opportunities that you can apply for. Okay? Operating support grants, they have those things available for you. So prepare your grant, your concept now, and enhance it, build on it. So when the deadline comes for these individuals, you can apply quickly. Write the vision and make it plain. That's why we qualify the individuals that we work with. And that's what we'll be doing, is showing you how, when we get ready to do this Fundraising Made Simple webinar, October 1 through 4, we want to make sure that you can join in. These are the tips, and we're going to be specific about these 4 points. For example, I'm telling you, we're going to be specific in them. And number one, day one, you want to make sure you're there because you're going to get my secret sauce, my Fundraising Made Simple secret sauce. Then day two, you're going to get Fundraising Made Simple, the vision, and the starting table, how to do that. Starter kit, that's what it's called. I apologize. Day one, you get my secret sauce. Day two, you get the starter kit. Day three, you get Fundraising Made Simple tools and how to use them. We're ready for you. Are you ready for us? Again, I just want to make sure you guys are ready, getting ready. And if you're not ready, get ready. October 1, and we'll be talking about it for the next 3-4 weeks. We're going to be giving you these tidbits like I did today, all the way up to October 1 when we launch the Fundraising Made Simple. It's a tour. We're willing to come to you and do it with your team, with your church, with your business. We'll teach your people these same tools to get them ready. I'm doing that in October, as I said, for an organization here in Melbourne, Florida, to show them how to make sure their board is ready. We're doing their organizational capacity building right for them in-house. We're here for you. Thanks for joining me today. I hope I gave you something that can help you go from startup to sustainability. Get your vision off of the paper and onto the pavement. We want to see you successful and really get ready for the end of the year campaigns and how to launch your business in 2026 to be the business growth that you're looking for. God bless you. Thanks for joining me today.